New exercise pill mimics the effects of running a 10K without any effort.
Oh, sign me up.
Really? Would you take it? Researchers in Denmark have developed a new drug that mimics the effects and benefits of strenuous exercise without moving a muscle. The study, published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, maintains that the drug produces the same health benefits as running a long distance at a fast clip.
Well, I would still want to walk, but it would take the pressure off as long as there's no side effects, which I'm sure there are. There's like they always find out those late. But wouldn't you take it?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Speeds up you get rid of that wine belly you have now.
I put strange stuff in my body anyway. It's about to undergo human trials to determine its safety and efficacy. And if successful, the molecule that they've developed could be developed and marketed for humans.
Would you take it, Tyler?
No, I don't think I'd want to deal with the side effects of it.
Well, what if they say there's no side effects?
Or at least the minimum.
Sometimes I like the process of like working out and like going for a run or something like that.
Well, what if you could take a pill one day and then you could work out the next day and you could go back and forth?
Mm-hmm.
That way you could also save some of your joints. No?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd trust something like that.
Why not?
First of all, telling me there's a no side effect pill that replaces working out.
It's too good to be true.
It's a hard sell. Well,
time out. First of all, with regard to side effects, if you were afraid of side effects, you wouldn't take anything
right
that you could buy at the local CVS.
Well, just listen to every drug commercial on TV.
Of course. And those are prescription drugs. I'm talking about just read the label on half the crap that you're ingesting or rubbing on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You think breathing the air outside right now is good?
Oh, not downtown, probably.
No, it's not.
What do you rub on yourself these days, Waddle?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. I don't want to kill you.
Okay.
Any interest in going to see the movie Joker 2?
No, I heard it's not good.
I was going to say Joker 2 moviegoers are actually leaving theaters mid-showing. And the common refrain is, what the F is this?
I didn't like this installment of the Joker. It had some moments, but it was not Heath Ledger. Like, obviously, he's no longer with us, but that installment and the way he played Joker was spectacular.
How was Joaquin Phoenix reviewed playing the role of Joker in the first one? I thought
he was really good.
But it was very dark. It was a much darker version.
Well, I think
Sylvie's right, though. It was extremely dark. Todd Phillips is the director. But
he got good reviews for his performance, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But like Sylvie's right, though. But the problem was, I think the director didn't really actually like some of the reaction to the first one and how they received a lot of praise. But I think he thought a lot of people missed the point of what the first one was all about. And so he doubled.
What was the point? Did I miss it then? Like I thought when he was on that talk show.
Yeah,
that was something.
Well, he's a different cat.
Oh, yeah. Joker's a different cat.
Yeah, he's a different cat.
There's a lot to unpack about what that movie was all about. But I think the director doubled and tripled down on what he was going for and did not like the response to the first movie. And so I think it's leaving people who actually enjoy that universe very disenchanted with what he's put forth.
I mean, are there many, like how many performances in the last 25 years are better than Heath Ledger's Joker? Like, to me, it's one of my favorite all-time movies, if not my favorite.
It is. I'd say it's one of the top 100 performances in American film history. Heath Ledger as the Joker.
So damn good. And it was right here. All shot here. He would skateboard right down in makeup.
Yep.
I think so.
And won the Oscar posthumously for it.
Louis Tiant has passed away at the age of 83.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't lie to you about that.
Pete's age, too, isn't
it? 83. Yep, that's the magic number.
Did they face each other in that World Series?
They did, yes. Of course. Remember Louis Tiant? We all, as kids, we would all, if you were a baseball fan, you would mimic the Louis Tiant delivery.
Well, he had many different versions of it, didn't he?
He would turn back. Yeah, Louis Tiant. Dead at 83.
Did you read today too that Pete was taken to the hospital just days before he passed away? And because
he had some heart issues, right? Didn't he?
well, his caretaker or one of his friends said he wasn't acting like normal. So the person took him to the hospital and they ran a battery of tests on him and he was fine. Yeah.
I had heard that he had maybe a heart procedure, several months before or something like that. I don't know. I still have to watch the Pete documentary that you said that's on Netflix.
Good. No, not on Netflix.
On what?
HBO.
HBO.
It's
okay.
Max.
Russell Wilson is set to practice fully. They have a decision to make whether or not he will start.
I'd play Justin at least 4 more games. That's what I would do if I'm the Steelers. No, but in all honesty, I'm talking from the Bears' perspective. I would for sure play Justin another week and see what the offense does. I'm not going right now to Russell.
Don't you know what the offense is going to do? They're going to score anywhere between 16 and 18 points. Really? But really? That's what you don't know what they're going to do?
I do, but he hasn't had a catastrophic game.
No.
But I know he's not a solution, but going to Russell Wilson, what's he going to do?
Well, they did, they signed him to be their starter initially. If we were in Pittsburgh covering the Steelers on a daily basis,
an alternative.
They have the Raiders this week, so there's a soft landing spot somewhat
the
softer.
Russell Wilson, like a banged up Russell Wilson,
why not
as the alternative?
Why not try? What you're getting right now is an average of 18 points per game and a limited approach.
One more game. I'm giving him one more game.
Patriots are going to start rookie quarterback Drake Maye against the Texans this week.
This is truly.
Tyler was giving me all of the statistical analysis of the Patriots offensive line and the lack of success that they have had protecting Jacoby Brissett to this point. So now they're going to throw Drake Maye out there against the Texans defense that comes at you from every direction and comes at you successfully. Good call there, Patriots. Good luck.
I don't understand it. If we were in Boston doing sports radio, we'd be ripping the decision.
I don't think it's a good decision. I think if you were going to put him in the game, put him in the game last week against the Miami Dolphins. I don't know why this is the week that you would actually do this. That seems quite odd.
Aaron, one more week.
Next week, they have the Jags.
Yeah.
Who have the 32nd ranked defense.
In London.
They have the Jags.
It's a stoic crowd. Playing them in London.
When we come back, we're going to play the NFL Week 6 Power Rankings game.
Oh, I did not look.
A story about some naughtiness on a Qantas Airlines museum. Have you guys seen the Power Rankings for this week in there?
I have. I will
I have not. Do they make more sense than last week?
They were 26th last week, weren't they? Or did they go up to 23?
No, I thought they got.
that was 2 weeks ago. They were 26th.
Would you like to take a guess as to where they are
My
now?
prediction last week was they would go up, I think, about 4 spots after the win. Where were they last?
20th. They were 20th last week.
I believe they would go up to 17 was my prediction last week, and I'm going to stay with that. So I believe the Bears are 17.
17. Meller.
I'm going to go 18th.
18th. Sylvie is correct. They are in at number 17. They are just behind the New Orleans Saints and just ahead of the Los Angeles Chargers.
They're behind the Saints after the way the Saints have played lately?
Yeah.
Remember, last week, this power ranking had the Ravens behind the Bills after the Bills had just handed them their ass on Sunday Night Football. So
that we call that an ass handing. Yes.
No, the Ravens had handed the Bills.
Yes. Yeah. And the Ravens were behind the Bills, though, on the power rankings.
You're right.
And I was annoyed by that.
All right, yeah. So let's go through this. Again, the Chiefs are number 1.
Yes, 5-0. You know, they've won 11 straight games going back to last year.
Let me just look at I'm getting the standings here, so don't.
Well,
11 straight games, yes. I heard Carmen and Yurko say that. I was not aware that it was that long of a win streak.
And by the way, they've done it with Patrick Mahomes, at least this year, playing very average football based on Patrick Mahomes standards.
Do you think most people know, because I didn't until Carmen and Yurko again mentioned it, that he has 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions?
He leads the league in interceptions thrown, I believe.
6 touchdowns and
Yeah.
6 interceptions.
Do you
It
think
is
they
crazy.
could do? Have you guys heard of the phrase "the hidden perfect game"? Do you know what that is? It's usually for relievers.
The
No.
hidden
Is
perfect
that where
game.
a relief pitcher goes 9 innings?
27 straight
27
outs
straight outs.
without
Yes,
giving up
yeah,
a hitter.
right.
Mark
Yeah.
Leiter
Oh,
Jr.
so
I think may have had one this year actually.
So is
Yeah.
this 17 wins in a
I was
row?
gonna say, do you think they could get a hidden undefeated season?
No,
No.
I don't.
Well,
think
so they need what? 6 more wins?
yeah, I don't think that's happening.
So they're at the Niners, at the Raiders, home
Bucks.
against Tampa and Denver, then at Bills, at Panthers.
No.
I don't think so. So do you know who's 2? Pretty easy. at
Yeah,
this
it's
point.
Vikings.
Yes. Do you know who's at 3?
This is where it gets tougher, but I will say the Texans.
Yes. Well done.
I'm looking at the standings. That's
Number
my only
4.
cheat sheet on this.
Number 4.
Number 4, I believe should be. This is where I'm gonna. I believe it should be the Ravens.
It is not the Ravens.
See,
this
this
team
is-
is coming off a bye.
Coming off a bye.
Yes. The Detroit Lions are at 4. The Ravens are at 5. The Bills, after dropping 2 in a row,
So
are
the
6.
Lions are 3-1,
Yeah,
and the Ravens again.
3-2.
And the Ravens just beat the Bills, and then went to this was in Cincy, wasn't it?
Yes.
And they won a spectacular game, and they're 3-2.
Yeah.
And I believe they have another
The Chiefs. Don't forget the Chiefs. They lost on a toe. on
Yeah,
Thursday Night
right,
Football.
exactly. And I'm trying to think, don't they have another great win in there of their 3? But I believe the Ravens
The
are better.
Ravens have beaten the Cowboys, the mighty
Okay.
Cowboys,
Maybe that
a
looked better
Bills
at the
team
time.
that has now lost 2 in a row, and a Bengals team that is 1-4.
Okay.
So wait. So the Bills are ahead of the Texans, who just beat them too.
No, the Texans are 3.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The Ravens are 5. And listen, I love the Ravens love, but again, their wins are against the Cowboys.
I'm trying to think if the Bills are ahead of the Commanders. They should be. So I'm going to say the Bills are next.
The Bills are number 6 at 3-2. The Commanders are
Or
at 7,
7, yeah.
number at 4-1. Number 8.
Number 8. I'm scanning. Hold on. I bet you this is this could be. I'm thinking either. And let's not sleep on the Niners at 2-3, because again, I still think they're good.
Niners come in at 13.
Okay, so
them.
it's not. So I believe it's either the Packers or the Bucks.
Oh, look at you. The Bucks are 8. The Packers are 9. I heard the boys this morning also just drilling the Packers as not very good. Cowboys are 10. How did the Cowboys get to 10? Cowboys, not good.
Yeah, how are the
I don't
Cowboys
know.
10?
I don't know.
Well, they beat the Steelers on Sunday night
And the Steelers are.
without any real defensive players.
That is true.
That is another reason why I would have no issue if I was a Steelers fan of seeing Russ out there. That's a Dallas defense that can't stop a fart, and you put how many on them?
But was he ready last week? He didn't have
No,
a
no, I'm
practice
saying
week.
this week. He's ready. This is why I
But
would
they
go
played
with
the
him.
Cowboys last week.
Right.
And Fields didn't do anything against
right,
them.
and they couldn't. And the Cowboys defense sucks.
Such a
All right,
hater
so
of
there's
Justin Fields.
That's not true. I'm a realist. Qantas is apologizing after an explicit movie airs on every screen during their Sydney to Tokyo flight. I don't think it was not an X-rated movie. The movie turned out to be Daddy-O, an R-rated film featuring profanity, sexual material, and brief graphic nudity.
When do they ever play sound though on a movie in an airplane? Like it's
Not
always
sure.
headphones.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and this is is it on the TV screen in front of you? I'm trying to think.
Yes,
are we
it's
talking?
on all of the TV
Okay,
screens.
so it's
I
not
guess,
even.
yeah.
So it wasn't
So you're
sound.
not
It was
hearing the swear words, but you're seeing the nudity and you're seeing the
Okay.
graphic sexual activity. Have you ever been on an airplane where you're watching like one of your Netflix series, and next thing you know, like there's nudity or
Yeah,
a sex scene?
absolutely. But
and
it's
you
on my
just leave?
phone. It's on my phone.
I
So
have
that's
an
such a
iPad
small
that I watch.
screen.
Yeah. And what do? Do you just cover it?
No,
You just let everyone see it?
no. I'm no like. First of all, you shouldn't be peeping in my seat. Keep your eyes straight forward. I'm usually sitting next to my wife, so usually I do. I'm kind of a seat bully. So
What does
usually
that mean?
that means I usually get the good seat. So if we're like,
Kind of a seat
well,
bully
if
or
we
a
have
consistent
three,
seat bully?
if it's a 3x3, I usually get the aisle and she gets the middle. So I'm usually not sitting next to someone that's not my wife.
Yeah, but if you have your iPad, if you were to have an iPad, how do you handle that, Meller? Like, I try to be discreet. If there is a scene that comes up that you wouldn't, want everyone to be seeing, you do kind of
Yeah, I think that's
shield it from everyone, don't you?
Well, yeah,
Isn't that protocol?
I think that's good behavior on a
Yeah.
plane.
I agree.
I asked the question, what's worse? Is it worse to watch a movie that includes like
A plane crash?
Yeah,
On a
plane
plane?
crash.
Yeah.
Like I used to bring up on the show, could you watch Lost on a plane when traveling? And you guys used to say no. So is it worse to watch porn on an airplane?
Well, no, porn's a different story.
Well,
This is just an
I'm-
R-rated movie.
I understand, but I'm asking you, what's worse
Porn.
on your iPad?
Porn.
Porn
Yes.
or a screen where you're watching like a plane go down?
I would say probably pornography. Yes.
Both are in poor taste. The
Yeah.
porn is worse.
Yeah.
I would
Is it?
agree. Yeah.
Yes. Because you got the kids. You got to think of the children. The potential for exposing them to.
Is that going to change the way that you travel now for any way, shape, or form? Or is this just like one of those questions, just asking?
It's gonna
Just
watch
plain
hijacks
just asking.
now.
Yeah.
I am going to Vegas on Tuesday.
Yeah. What if you watch like a hijacking movie followed by a porn?
Right. Delta Force. Do you remember Delta Force with Chuck Norris?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I probably watched that in college about 30 times. The way he took that thing over.
And I bet you watched Delta Force 9 as well, which was a spinoff, and that one was a porn.